But now, let's go to the movies. James Luxford is here, movie reviewer from the Radio Times and the Metro newspaper. Hiya, James.
Hiya.
Good man. Caught in the rain?
No,
all right.
Just about missed it. Yeah, we had a sort of. Luckily, a lot of the town centres got those little shelters, so we've sort of edged around.
If you plan your route in carefully, you can sort of dodge all that and get through the concretey bits, and it'll help you. Now, look, last week, 3 movies that didn't get the most roaring reviews from you last week. So hopefully we're a bit more positive about these 3 this week.
Yep, we start with Ready or Not. Now, how's this for a premise? It's a horror comedy about a newlywed bride who discovers her in-laws have a strange ritual on the night of her wedding. It's a game of hide and seek, where if they find her, she dies.
So, at midnight, you have to play a game.
Why?
It's just something we do when someone new joins the family.
A game. What game? Hide and seek? Are we really going to play that?
Okay, so my first thought about that is, if you are asked to play hide and seek and then your daughter dies if you find her, you don't play the game. Surely that's the way out, isn't it?
Well, it's yeah. There are a lot of questions, but look, I mean, I've not been surprised by a film like this for a while. I mean, look, it's completely bonkers. It's totally silly. It's sort of this kind of almost sort of hot fuzz type of horror comedy but only with the violence really turned up. A lot of swearing, a lot of gore. But if you've not gotten that by the trailer, then that's kind of on you. But but it's done in such a way that everyone's kind of in on the joke. It's very well written. It's very well acted in terms of comic timing. You find one of the family who are pursuing the bride. One of them starts like sort of looking on YouTube for how to fire the crossbow they've been given,
right.
and it's all that kind of thing. And it sort of comments on sort of rich people and sort of wealthy privilege and things like that. But it is mainly just very funny, very wacky. Andy McDowell plays the mother of the family, and a surprising, real comic talent in there. And but yeah, I think
haven't really seen it, have we, since 4 Weddings? To be honest,
no,
done a couple of things.
I can't really think of anything. But I'm not. It's not going to change your life. But I think for an hour and a half, you're going to laugh a lot.
Okay, moving from that to something a bit more dramatic, back to 2008 with your second pick, Hotel Mumbai.
Yes, it is a drama set in a real-life tragedy, the 2008 attacks on a hotel in Mumbai, where guests do whatever they can to survive, and the staff put their lives at risk to save lives.
Chaos has erupted in Mumbai, with multiple bombings and armed gunmen rampaging through the city.
Let them in! Look, I don't think you understand. There's been an attack and we're not safe.
Yeah, we will all remember the day that happened. I remember being on the air at the time when the attacks happened. Interesting that someone's chose to make a dramatised version of it.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one because there's a very good cast. Dev Patel plays one of the workers in the hotel who, goes to extraordinary lengths to try and protect the guests. Armie Hammer from The Social Network and various other films plays one of the guests there. Jason Isaacs. It's a real good ensemble cast. It's one of those things, and it's maybe a personal preference. I'm not sure I want to watch a dramatisation of that sort of thing. You've had it.
It feels a bit too recent.
It does
for them to do that.
Yeah, 11
Even
years.
It was 11 years ago.
And there's been a lot of other reviews have said sort of they're uncomfortable with how it's sort of played for entertainment. I wouldn't go that far, but I would say it's a little uncomfortable knowing that this really happened. And while it's maybe respectful, it's maybe a little too respectful. And it just made me feel a little bit too uncomfortable.
Okay. Picks for the cinema, as ever. Every week you try and find us something to watch at home, Netflix or otherwise. What have you got?
We got Rocketman, the story of Elton John's life told through his music, starring Taron Egerton.
What did you say your name was again?
My name is...
Reggie!
Reginald Dwight.
Reginald. That's my granddad's name.
So how does a fat boy from nowhere get to be a soul man?
You gotta kill the person you were born to be in order to become the person you want to be.
Oh, it's so good.
It is
Do you
very
like it?
good. I really liked it. Taron Egerton is fantastic. I think music biopics, including for me Bohemian Rhapsody, tend to be a little bit too reverent to the subject, whereas I think Elton John's been really kind of brave in terms of doing a very warts and all. It's still through a very kind of fantastic musical prism, but it doesn't hold back. He's a flawed person. He's been through troubles with alcohol, troubles with his family, and it doesn't hold back from that, and I think it's all the better for it. And Taron Egerton, who I sort of tilted my head to one side when he was cast, because I thought that's a very generous casting, but he really just puts himself into the role and comes out with a really convincing performance.
Because you know him from the Kingsman movies. You think, really, he's going to now be doing the Elton John, and then he sings a lot of the.
It was Eddie the
songs
Eagle as well.
Yeah, of course he was.
And he's
very versatile.
He's one of those actors I think that can put himself into anything, and here really embodies a character we know quite well, which is a really tough thing to do.
James, good to see you as ever. Thanks very much indeed. James Luxford from the Metro newspaper and the Radio Times magazine. His movie reviews can be read there every week. And here, of course, on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire Travel.